Shalom. Call halal Yahweh by Shem Abishai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutation to all my fellow laborers that do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the confusion of faith, brothers joined unto our ranks, the hopefully elect, the akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say shalom. All right. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson. And there was a video that I watched. I'm trying to remember if I saw it early this morning or last night, with one of the younger elders out in the main camp, the brother Amwagabar. And the brother did an excellent video, and I had to repost it because it was phenomenal, because he was just revealing what we always do, that Esau, being the devil that he is, these red Hebrew Edomites. But it turned out that the story that he used for his lesson wasn't entirely true. Flip side of that coin, though, is that there was a lot of truth in the story, even though it was a fabricated story, because Esau does plan to do away with the Bible. All right, they have had legislation in California to remove the Bible from schools and different things like that, and banning the Bible in certain areas and that whole sort of thing. That part is very much true, but making it an assault weapon, there's really no legislation for that. This Snopes.com, it says, has long been engaged in a battle against misinformation, an effort we could not sustain without support from our audience. Producing reliable fact-checking and thorough investigative reporting requires significant resources. We pay writers, editors, web developers, and other staff who work tirelessly to provide with an invaluable service, evidence based upon contextual analysis of facts, help keep Snopes.com strong, make a direct contribution. And what that really means is that they decide what's true and what's not, in a nutshell. So it very much could be true. All right. Even though they're saying that it isn't. And, it very much could be. One thing that is true is that Esau clearly is against the Bible, and against the Bible being read, and against applying the Bible to its, to this society. All right. And this is California. Jerry Brown signed a bill into law requiring all Christians to register Bibles of all sizes, shapes, and translations, versions as assault weapons. And then they said it was false. So it said claim right here. Then it says rating false. All right. Then it goes into the story. But before I read it, I'm going to bring out a couple scriptures. All right. Because Esau is trying to come against the Bible. That part is true. And they have written laws that say you can't speak against homosexuality, the LGBT community. You can't. There are places in different legislation that say that you can't quote Leviticus 20 and 13, that would be hate speech. All right. As a matter of fact, let's read Leviticus 20 and 13 before I read my other scriptures. Let's go to the book of Leviticus and see what the Most High God has to say. All right. The Most High power, Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. So that's Leviticus 20. So I just read a scripture the other day, that stated there cannot be a sodomite, a whore amongst the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite. All right. But yeah, this is Leviticus 20 and 13. All right. And it reads, if a man also lieth with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. All right. So what's that saying? That if they were killed by someone because of their activity, that according to God, according to the Bible, it will be justified. And that is the words of the Lord. But you'll never hear that in the Christian church, ever. They're not going to read scriptures like this. All right. This is Leviticus 18 and 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. So a man lying with another man, tongue kissing him and exchanging bodily fluids with one another as he would a woman, that is an abomination in the eyes of the Most High God. And it's actually disgusting just to think about it, quite frankly. But you have people in this society that are against it, and they so much against it that there actually is law and legislation that you cannot read the scriptures that I just read or quote them in certain places. Yet America is supposedly built upon, a Bible-based society, a Christian-based society, which is a lie. They're not. They do everything opposite of the scripture. So here, let's go get into the article. It says, really, this bill should be implemented nationwide. Proclaimed freedom from religion, co-president Dan Barker. Hey, and don't get it twisted. That is what Esau plans. So, and you remember, Esau controls the opposition. So he could have wrote this story himself to come against it, but yet to turn around and support it and then come against it again. You don't know. Hey, that's how Esau operates, man. Okay? Let's go to Psalms 94 and 20, actually. Then I'll continue with the article. So this is the book of Psalms. '94 and verse 20, and it reads, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? Esau takes mischievous, wicked things and then write them into law. Or he'll write laws against the laws that are in the Bible, all while claiming to be a Christian. While having a Bible in his courts, swearing in his presidents on the Bible, his elected officials, but yet he disregards everything that's in the Bible and would turn around and turn you into a criminal for quoting something from the Bible, especially if you're speaking against the LGBTQ community. All right? Says California is blazing the trail for civil rights once again as the rest of the country lags behind. There's just no place for these dangerous assault Bibles in the civilized society. This isn't the Wild West anymore, and this is really targeted. And this goes right along with the whole hate bill with the anti-Semitism thing. All right. Anytime you bring up facts of history, you don't have to call someone a derogatory term or anything. You just talk about history and what's real and what's not, and that can be considered hate. All right, and so this goes right in line with that. Okay, and who's standing on the street corners reading Bibles, and it's making Esau Edom uncomfortable? You have to remember, the truth is a terror unto lies. I think I just did a video named that or something like that. All right. But it says, already known to have strict laws restricting the sale or possession of assault weapons, this will expand the definition of assault weapon to include any Bible, quoting significant portions of the Bible. Who does that? And even dreaded high-capacity study Bibles, which combine the scripture with commentary, creating an even more devastating assault of truth. The official definition of assault weapon will now be read as any weapon that has a pistol grip that protrudes from the bottom of the stock, a detachable magazine, or double column alignment of dangerous words that cut and pierce sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the division of the soul and the spirit and the bones and marrow. Wow. Now I can see why the brother was so adamant about bringing that out. Because if you ask me, they're telling you that this was false. But Esau has a plan because that's how they operate. Remember, they controlled opposition, order Abkael. So they're saying it's false, but on one hand, they really, because what he just read is commonly what you will hear from a Hebrew Israelite that's on the highways and byways doing the work of the Most High God, whose words they are reading. And the truth is offensive to them. Remember, truth is a terror unto the wicked. unto Esau Edom, the red Hebrew Edomite, who his whole establishment, his whole kingdom is in danger and is falling before his eyes. And with the awakening of the Hebrew Israelites, and the ones in the know this. You know, the everyday Joe Blow go to work guy, he hasn't a clue. But the elites that control, they know this. And the awakening of the Hebrew Israelites is terrifying to them. And they're going to label them just that, terrorists. This is Isaiah 10 and 1, and it reads, "Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." So Esau prescribes grievousness to other people through law. All right, not because it's righteous. All right, he causes misfortune to others through his laws, and does not care how it affects their lives, how it destroys their lives, how it oppresses them. As long as it fits his precious agenda, then he's okay with it. All right? And you have to understand, like when we brought out the fact, because I'm going to have to go, the Apostle Tahar highlighted a video, on the icons. All right? And I think I may have mentioned in that particular video how the same thing was happening in Acts the 18th chapter. The camps were out on the streets in Rome. That's why they got kicked out of Rome, for aggressive street teaching and recruiting. Why? Because they were bringing out the truth about the Israelites. And all those Israelites that were running around calling themselves Greeks and Romans, many of them began to wake up to the truth and follow the teachings of Yahushua under the guidance of the disciples, and it was causing a ruckus, and Esau Edom didn't like it, and the same thing is happening again, right before your face. All right, this is last scripture. It's going to be Acts, the 17th chapter, and verse 7. And here's the problem. All right, it says, "Whom Jason hath received, and these do all contrary to the decrees of Caesar, saying that there is another king, one Yahushua." And that's right. And that's exactly what was going on. Okay? And then what? And then you get to Acts 18 and 1, the very next chapter, and they asked the Israelites to leave, to get out. They wanted the Jews out. Okay? This is verse 8, Acts 17 and 8. "And they troubled the people and the rulers of the city when they heard these things." And this is troublesome to the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite. He is troubled by the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He is troubled by the truth that the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans and the confusion of faith are waking up worldwide. Worldwide. And it's a problem unto them. Even to some of these 2/3 who have their spirit of fear on them. Look, you could tell someone nicely and politely they're going into slavery and their kingdom is coming to an end. Or you could tell them very rudely. And even if you speak nicely to them and you weren't in the camp, they're still going to hate you and they're still going to try to destroy you anyway. There's no way around this. All right? You people trying to appease you Israelites out there that are trying to trim your way to seek love, you're not going to find it, man. You will be destroyed. All praises, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Wa Abad Babal.